Hello, beautiful creatures of my world. Today is a very sad day. Yesterday, everybody was in shock. Charlie Kirk was assassinated during his event at the Utah Valley University. Erica and his children were at that event. They saw the love of their lives pass away. We as a country are divided. We have no cohesive culture. We have not had cohesive culture for a long time. We as citizens of the greatest country in the world we've put each other in different camps. Politics has become what pop culture used to be when we were coming up, Gen Xers. It's all anybody ever wants to talk about. Are you a Democrat? Are you a Republican? Are you a conservative Republican? Are you a moderate Republican? Are you a left-winger? Are you a right-winger? Are you an independent? Well, you shouldn't be. I never in my life have ever introduced myself as, hey, how are you? I'm Kerri. A conservative. Used to never enter the conversation, whether it was at backyard barbecues or at work. I come from a time when people basically were kind. We've lost kindness. We've lost empathy. We other each other over politics. My family, some were Republicans, some were Democrats. Never made it, never mind. Nobody got into arguments at Christmas. Families weren't ripped apart from political insanity. Could have been. But people sat. They listened to each other's point of view. They tried to learn from one another. My uncle's brother-in-law was the former governor of Rhode Island when I was growing up. And Joe Gary, he would sit with you. He would talk to you. He would listen to you. Might not have agreed with you. He didn't care if you were a Democrat. He didn't care if you were a Republican. What he did care about when he was the governor of Rhode Island, lieutenant governor and then the governor, was the people. How are you doing? How is your household doing? How's your job? Is everything okay? What could be better? We in Rhode Island had our stint with the Kennedys. Pat Kennedy was one of our state reps. Patrick was also very approachable. What could he do to help? Kind, listened, didn't look down his nose at anybody. Not really. You could have a discussion with him about the goings-on in the state. He showed everybody respect. Kind of like Charlie Kirk. Charlie may not have agreed with your point of view, with your opinion, but he treated everybody with respect. He was willing to sit down and listen. He'd debate. But if you were not a person who could debate, he allowed you to talk. He had a gift. Charlie made the youth feel alive. He had a gift. The youth did not feel so disenfranchised. And a lot of that reason was Charlie. He made it okay for the youth to not believe in hookup culture. He made it okay to have traditional values, to uphold the sanctity of marriage, to have a family, to be a stay-at-home mom, to follow the traditional paths and rules. It was okay. It was okay to have faith. He instilled that in the youth. So you don't have to float around and quiet your beliefs because somebody doesn't believe what you believe. And that was across the board for everything. He was a conservative moderate. He had a way with the young people. And I honestly believe if it was not for Charlie Kirk and Scott Presler, the youth vote would not have come out for Donald Trump. Charlie leaves an amazing legacy. Having a political show on these platforms is very, very difficult. I have a tiny channel. Over the years, there were mild threats As the channel got more political, there were big threats. Stronger filters had to go on. Emails have gone down to the police department. I've lived in my town for decades, so I'm very friendly with all the police. Friends with police chief in a different town, state troopers, sheriffs, border patrol agents. Yesterday, I watched the big channels, the bigger channels, the channels that inspire me. Tim Pool, Luke Radowski, Jeremy from The Quartering. They knew Charlie. They're all canceling live events because of the bullshit on X yesterday. This is how you know that we are in deep shit, America. While people were absolutely stunned and mourning the death of Charlie Kirk, there were people that were celebrating this, asking who the next conservative commentator, political media figure was going to be. The word civil war is being thrown around. I never thought I would live in a time we're ravaged. As a civilization, we're ravaged by hatred. It's become acceptable to other people that don't agree with you. It's become acceptable to shout down instead of sit down and have an actual conversation to find solutions to problems that we all face. It's them and us and them all the time. Charlie Kirk wasn't a political figure. Charlie Kirk did have a bright future if he wanted to enter the political ring. I believe Charlie would have been president at some point. His life since he was 18 was about doing good, spreading good. Making people feel like their opinions, their thoughts mattered. And his death is devastating. I respected Charlie, even though I'm old enough to be his mother. He's the same age as one of my children. I have never in my time of watching Charlie see him disparage anybody. Humanity is too hate-fueled. We sit behind computers and make comments that most people would never make to anybody else's face. Our youth is being isolated from the family unit. Here, toddler, have an iPad so that I can play on Facebook on my phone. Our values have broken down. We stopped doing politics in February on this channel. It's too divisive. The king of his castle, the lord of his manor, the man himself, also known as my husband, was very sick. My channel is known in the area. I've done a lot of local spots, and yes, people actually came up to the market, to my face, because I didn't align with what they aligned with. And therefore I was wrong and I was other. And when he got sick, we just stopped doing politics. Even though we're a variety show that talks about news and current events, it has been less prevalent on my channel because of the tension. Last night, a business owner, a prominent business owner in the area, belonged to one of the citizens groups, posted about Charlie's death and how sad it was on that citizens group, was thrown out of the damn group. Because that group leans left. Y'all know who I'm talking about. If you say anything against the local protesters, you're excoriated on the citizens groups. It's even in small town America. This huge cultural divide. The venom I don't know where this goes. Neither do any of the big conservative media talking heads. Nobody knows where this goes. You saw the coverage of the left. People saying that this was deserved. And I'm glad that those media personalities were fired for saying such horrendous things. I didn't know Charlie, but I know he was doing good. He was bringing a cohesiveness to American youth. For some reason, it was in God's plan to call him back home. The Lord works in mysterious ways. We need to find our hearts again as a society. We need to start being concerned about our neighbors. Are they having a tough time? Do they need my help? We have to stop being more compassionate in our lives in general. Not everything is about us. We need to start rebuilding the family because it begins at home. Everything that Charlie was encouraging, we need to do. Charlie Kirk's legacy well, that will be one of amazement. It will be. Sometimes the most beautiful solutions come from the most hideous tragedies. We are sending all our prayers to Erica and the children and Charlie's family. I don't know why this happened. There's a plan. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of my world, be the kindness that you want to see in the world. And as always, Carpe Diem, because nobody promises us a tomorrow.